When the summer deal, I found pressure. Don't wanna see the numbers, I wanna see heaven. You say, could you write a song for me? I say, I'm sorry about you that I believe.
Hello guys, this is Anime Wizard 101 and I'm here with chapter 11 review of Toriko. Before we start, I want to wish all of you guys a happy new year and stay safe. Going back to the actual review, last time we ended off chapter 10 with knowing that Coco actually has a special power, and that's, well, besides fortune telling, and that's that he has poison inside his body. And that's actually where the chapter 11 actually starts off. And chapter 11, for the most part, I want to say it has 4 parts. The first part would have to be, well, of course, the beginning. And pretty much in the beginning, what happens is, so Coco's down there, and then he's like all suited up in his poison body, and we see that his body turns some kind of different color, because in one of the panels we see that, well, he's light skinned, and when he's using his poison, he turns dark. And so he jumps into the floor where the scorpion roaches are at, and then the scorpions just like move away because they're intimidated because of the poison. And then Toriko and Komatsu follow Coco down the path, and then so they make this path, and then Coco, Toriko, and Komatsu just walk through. And then that's when we learn that gourmet hunters actually have inject themselves with like certain toxins of poisonous animals or plants, so they could build up more antibodies and a more proficient immune system. And that's when we head to Coco and Toriko, and we kind of get like a little bit of a character development going on, because Toriko tells Komatsu, or it's actually letting him know, like informing him, that he himself has around 70 different types of antibodies, and that's why when he was when we were back at the Troll Kong and the Rainbow Fruit arc, when he got ambushed by those venomous typhons or poison, the serpents, he wasn't what's it called? He wasn't scared or anything because he already had the antibody. And then Coco actually he says that he has over 500 different types of antibodies, and that's why he was actually able to develop a new type of poison. So he's a poison man pretty much, and that's why he has like pretty much quit being a gourmet hunter for the most part and became a fortune teller, because the IGO wants a sample of his blood, or it's pretty much like, now I don't want to say hunting them down, but they want a blood sample so they could make a vaccine. And then the second part is they reach a room, and there's 3 different holes. There's a left one, a middle one, and a right one. And they choose the left one because of Toriko's keen sense of smell. And then Toriko says that the hole is like 100 meters deep, and they use this rope to go all the way down. It's something, I think it's like carbon fiber or something like that. It could hold like 100 people. And Komatsu goes down with Coco because he thinks that Coco's like lonely and I don't want to say miserable, but pretty much just lonely because he's a poison man, so nobody wants to get really close to him. He's like more like an exiled person, and he wants to make him feel better or something. So it's pretty nice of Komatsu. And so they reach the bottom, and they're being attacked by some bats. And the bats, I think, well, they're not poisonous or anything, but the way that they defeat the bats is that, well, Toriko's freaking eating them. He fucking eats them. Let's see. I'm gonna show you guys a picture. So, right here. Perfect one. Let's see. Right there, you see Toriko freaking eating the bat. And then, so we see, yeah, Toriko's freaking eating them and cutting them in half and shit. And then I don't know, I think this is my speculation or conclusion that since we could see that, I'm gonna show you the picture. Like, right there. Coco has like these bands, right? You see him on his legs, on his waist, on the head, and on the wrist. It seems that I think those bands are like create restrictions for his poison. Because after he takes them off, you can see that his poison actually consumes the rest of his body, or goes throughout his body, and then becomes a poison man. And then we learn the way that Coco fights, he uses something called poison dressing, and pretty much he just goes like this, and of course his hand turns like dark, and then he flicks them like that, and it's like bullets. So he pretty much poisons all the bats, and they all die. But then he's thinking that they're not attacking them, but they're actually running away from something bigger. And then they turn around and Komatsu's gone. And then Coco turns around again, and then he sees the devil python. And we see that it's capture level. There's a devil python right there. It's fucking humongous. And it's capture level 21. The Toriko, the Coco. And then we see that Komatsu was actually got abducted by this other gourmet hunter. And that's actually how the chapter ends. My chapter question would have to be, who's that guy that kidnapped Komatsu? Give me a thumbs up if you like this video or support it. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and Happy New Year, you guys.